Welcome to what I always put in the tags, the worst Let's Play ever. Because we're just awful. Just
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Oh, there's a chest there. You can make the jump.
No, I can't.
No, you can't. No.
I will make the jump.
You can't even get Horse Rake over there. Not unless Horse Rake can get shot out of the cannon too. That'd be a sight to behold. Oh, there's like... That first episode featured no combat at all.
Nope.
Nope.
Just a bunch of boring ass dialogue and me getting irritated about everything.
Yeah. Not even the Cubs winning the World Series is pulling Aaron out of this funk.
Well, it was fun at the time. I'm still reveling. I just have these days I wake up and every little thing gets on my nerves. I might be on my period or something.
The bro period. The bro. What would be a what would be a word for that?
It's just a male period.
Male period. Just
I bleed out my penis and everything upsets me.
Your hormones are out of whack. Just
I do feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like my hormones are just out or whatever.
Let's see. I can't recall exactly the last time I felt that way, but I kind of feel the same way too. Just you metaphorically get up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah. That's today.
Yep.
For me, anyways. I have a couple of those a week, really. Where I just kind of want to be alone.
Yeah.
And plus my emotions have been in about 1,000 different directions these days.
Yeah.
Unstable. Where the fuck was that treasure chest? That's going to be the topic of this episode. 'Cause I have to be able to talk about something. It's going to be something relatable.
It's gonna be deep face gaming, I guess.
Or just be deep face gaming this.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Straight ahead. So you were saying?
I've had a lot of emotions lately. I feel like
Joy, sadness, anger,
concern, anxiety. I get anxiety really bad. I feel like the older I get, the worse it gets.
You might want to equip the claw shot. Like your X button is vacant. There you go. Aaron's had to do that real quick. Sandworms. And I kind of feel the... Whenever I don't feel absolutely nothing and feel dead inside, which is, I guess, also nothing.
We make that joke, but I don't really actually feel like you feel like that all the time. I'm sure that there's an exaggeration to it.
Of course there is. Like, but at the same time, like, I feel like I must exaggerate things for the sake of humor because, like, humor and comedy are just like really one of the things that like want to keep me going in terms of just getting out of bed. Because,
but I feel like that's true whenever it's time for comedy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like I can't ever tell where your truth is because almost everything that you relay is exaggerated. That's why I always say that you're basically a cartoon, because I never know where like your truth is. Because it's all over the place. Like, I never know when you're speaking the truth. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, well, because
everything's so exaggerated whenever you talk about it. So it's like, I don't know where, like, the actual truth is.
Really, the truth is boring. It just... I don't know. I guess, like, in retrospect of other people I've known and other people I've met, I guess I just feel like I've led a rather uneventful life.
I mean, I didn't have to be eventful. Events get exhausting
Yeah.
to me. But, I don't know. Most of my joy is subtle anyways.
You may want to get them with a bow.
What is that, R?
Yeah. Leave. If I remember correctly... No, wait, you have to,
Oh, there we go.
You have to wait till the warthog is, if a warthog is stable. Or is not moving. because I know you can hijack a warthog and break through those barriers. That's what that's what I remember from this game.
Oh shit!
Usually with the latter half of the game, I remember pretty well.
Is this the what the fuck?
Here's where the I think this is where the the better dungeons of the game are.
Anyways, we were on a topic.
Yeah, about us trying to convey emotions and just like feeling like we've led. I've led an uneventful life because, like, people tell me about all this crazy stuff they've gone through, and just like I can't relate because I want to understand, but I don't feel like I can add to that conversation without, you know, like diminishing their experience. So normally I just keep to myself and just say, yeah, because honestly I don't feel like I can sufficiently add to that conversation.
Yeah, you're not much of a conversationalist.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we struggle with Goatface so much.
Yeah.
Because like there'll be times I try to get conversations going, and like you'll just kind of like let them go by the wayside, and I'm like I get bummed out because like I wanted to get into stuff, and then you just kind of like phase out of the conversation.
You need to hijack a warthog. I know that for sure. Or maybe use a bomb. Actually,
right now is a perfect example of you diverting.
Well, I'm speaking to the subject of the game, but
finally, irritating.
I feel like I've explained.
I just feel like it can always go so much deeper.
Yeah, but I'm kind of afraid to do that because I don't know.
It's deep face gaming today.
It may come off as like, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud, and it may just. I'm afraid of it like being thrown back in my face and just me being objectively wrong.
Well, sometimes it's okay to be objectively wrong as long as you realize and find out that you're wrong. I mean, it's okay not to be okay sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't have to fake shit. So what is it? Get deep as you possibly can.
I don't want to get too personal, but
well, no, you don't include too much personal detail, but it can be stuff that people can relate to.
It's just general anxiety about life, especially with my health. Like I'm possibly needing to find a job that offers health insurance real soon because either next August I will be taken off of my mom's health insurance, and that's gonna put me in a real bad position if I don't find either health insurance or another job with health insurance. It could end even sooner than that with, I mean, I don't want to get too cynical, but if Trump gets elected and repeals Obamacare, that could put me in a real bad position.
Well, Obamacare has actually made insurance more expensive.
In some cases, but if it weren't for Obamacare in my case, then I would probably either be bankrupt or possibly even dead.
Well, I mean, with avoiding personal details, I don't want to include too much personal shit either.
Yeah.
But I just want to. I'm talking about more like speaking in terms of like how people can relate to just in general. I'm talking about just general ranging of emotions. A lot of mine centers around love life a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I feel like honestly, like that's probably the biggest factor in emotions.
I've recently experienced something akin to my love life that didn't pan out very well, and I'm still kind of.
I've been wondering like how, because you don't ever express yourself, so I don't ever know exactly where like how you handle stuff. So I've been wondering like how you've taken that. I've been asked lately. We don't have to include names or too details lit, but just relay it in a way that it's not too detailed or personal. But
I mean,
how has it affected you?
I'm sad. I'm obviously sad because I really like this girl, but I mean, I understand where she's coming from, so I'm not going to fight it. I was just gonna let it be. And that's really hard because
letting it be is always the hardest part of any like downfalls in the relationship department. It really is.
Yeah, because of like factors beyond her control. I guess it was her control, but like she had to stay true to herself because there were factors that she would have to compromise about herself that she didn't want to do. And I guess I can relate to her in that aspect, but that resulted in her ending up getting kicked out of her apartment. And with this new route she chose, she decided to pick up pieces that that moblin just showed up out of nowhere. She decided to pick up pieces in her personal life that, unfortunately, she said that dating would not improve at all. So, I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles, I suppose.
I feel like everybody wants love, though. I just felt like maybe she just felt that y'all just couldn't work right now.
Yeah, like we both liked each other. I could tell that for sure, but it just didn't work out because we would eventually end up like going opposite directions, literally. Like we're not gonna name. We're not specifically going to. We're trying to move, and we're not specifically going to name where we're going to move, but
or when, because the when has been like a really inflated thing. Like it's gonna happen. It's just like timing things out, and the stresses of moving is just nailing the timing has been difficult.
Yeah.
But
and she's moving out west, and she's moving east, and we're trying to move out west. And we've been trying to solidify that for the longest time now. But
it's because we've gone through a bunch of different ideas and options.
Yeah, and we're just
and things are actually really vulnerable right now. So we can't even really be too confident about it right now with just the way things are in general.
Yeah.
So,
in terms of,
we know it's going to happen. We're just trying to get the finer details ironed out and making sure we're in a position where we don't end up putting ourselves in an even worse position.
Yeah, because that has happened before.
Yeah. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high on the win part.
If some of you remember Rick 1, our old apartment, we jumped the gun. The thing that actually happened is that we jumped the gun in terms of moving and things that didn't work out because the apartment that we were trying to move into didn't approve us because of our financial situation, and we couldn't renew our lease at the old apartment because someone had already picked it up and they were moving in from out of state. So,
Jesus Christ,
you're getting ganked, but you're also getting hearts. So
I feel like they're not ever going to stop coming.
I felt like this was a stealth section to where, yeah, because
I don't do stealth.
On a lighter note, we did get Skyrim. You got Skyrim remastered, and I'm just trying to pick up on it whenever you're not playing, which is very rare.
I'm pretty back into it. I've been really needing to keep my mind distracted these days. Because anxiety is a really bad problem with me, and I find that the older I get, the worse it gets. So,
and that's
a problem I go through really bad is I'm a major overthinker.
Yeah.
Everything's a bad sign to me, and I create scenarios in my head, and I'll think about it so vividly that whether it's reality or not, I just convince myself that it is, and then I feel the emotions in my head as if it were true.
I kind of feel the same way, but I guess I'm just not as expressive enough.
I like to express myself a lot. I love talking, and I like just letting all my emotions out because there's this whole bullshit macho thing where men aren't supposed to be that way. But I think that's dumb.
I think that's slowly dying out. Like, for better and for worse.
Yeah, the newer generations are going to be a little bit better about it. But I catch all the emotions. Like, I'm not going to lie about it. And I'm going to put them out there, too. I wear my shit on a sleeve, basically.
Going back to the game, I think maybe try to guide that flaming arrow. Or maybe you can shoot the flaming arrow into those tents. I'm not sure, though. Because I think they just keep coming. Because I think you...
Well, I didn't do anything.
I think you're supposed to hijack a warthog. Because I remember... I kind of remember this section.
Well, where would I find that?
Because you can break through that...
Where am I supposed to find a damn warthog?
I am not sure. Because you need to get that gate to open. I think you were going the right way. I think because that I think you were going the right way. So
what, this way?
No. You were going back the way you were because like that because there was a cutscene that triggered about the moblin shooting flaming arrows. So maybe shooting arrows through fire is what you need to do to progress. But let's see. And I find it, going back to like deep face gaming, I find it hard to express myself because I've always had trouble with speech. I mean, I was born with something called aphasia, which basically means like there's a synapse, the synapse in your brain that means that you're going from that motivates you to speak. It was like it's usually a straight line, and what I had was going in like a corkscrew-esque direction, pretty much, instead of just going in a straight line. I could read, I could write, I could walk, all by the age of 2, but I really had trouble properly speaking until I was like 5 or 6, and I guess I'm still trying to recover from that now. And it's really hard for me to improvise because I feel like I'm a better writer than a talker, because whenever I write, I have time to like think everything out and just get my opinion down to a T. Nope, that's not it. What hell? What in the 7 hells?
Wait, I have a key.
Oh.
Forgot I had a key. Been here wasting all this damn time?
I don't think it's a waste of time. But on the next episode of Goat Face Gaming, we get even more deep.
Probably.